Hey everybody, it's your boy Jack here and welcome to the Batman White Knight issue number 2 comic spotlight that I'm doing here on this channel, because why not? Today's video I'm going to be talking about Batman White Knight issue number 2. I got this in my comic spotlight in my comic haul video and everything. I got a bunch of other comics there. I'll link the video down below if you're interested in that as well up in the card. But yeah, I've already done a review on issue number 1, which I loved, and I'm loving this second issue, and I'm planning to do the whole entire series when I can get the issues and everything. So yeah, but I love this comic, I love this series, because what they do in this series is really take a look at the relationship between Batman and the Joker and try to politicize it into the whole idea of why Batman himself, although is a vigilante and is in a way is a hero, also in a way is dangerous because of himself being a vigilante. And I really like the relationship between Batman and the Joker, even though technically he's not the Joker, he's just Jack Napier. Because the Joker basically goes from Joker to human level sanity. Shout out to the clock for going off because it's being an attention seeker right now. But yeah, what I really like about this series is what I really like about this series and this issue more specifically is I like in this issue the take that they have with Joker. It's a very Joker like Jack Napier focused comic, and I really like that. I think for me personally, that's what I liked about this second issue, because this first issue was really focused heavy on Batman, but this second issue is more focused on expanding the world of Jack Napier being post Joker and everything, and I like the relationship they have with that. And overall, I think that's what really makes this second issue successful for me and so intriguing as a story itself. And I say that because although there are really great scenes with Batman, it's a lot more about focusing on the relationship the damage he has had being the Joker, and how he doesn't really remember anything, but you hear all the really weird stories and everything, and I think that's what really makes this comic and everything. Another point I'll point out is I really probably the favorite part of the comic book was the relationship that the confrontation that Jack Napier has with Harley Quinn, and I really like that because you get a really great understanding of how much damage he's had just on one person, and how much damage he's had on himself and the demons that he faces. And I really like seeing that because they have a really great directing style with the artwork and everything that really helps complement this issue. Now, there is one thing I'll say is that there is a lot of dialogue in this issue, and that's one thing where it's a bit of a pet peeve, just because it's so much reading, but the dialogue is really well done in order to support the visuals themselves, and although it is a lot of dialogue, it helps really move this story forward, especially during the scene that they have with Batman during the charity event and everything, and he gets a really big impact with the broadcast that's happening with Harley Quinn and Jack Napier. And I just really like that because there's a lot of dialogue surrounding that, but you get a really great inner working of Batman's mind and everything, and I really like that. Probably something that I loved visually is in this comic is the color palette they had with Mr. Freeze and his relationship with his wife or partner. Cause I'll be a bit PC saying that, his relationship with his partner and everything, and her being in the glass frozen tank or whatever, and she's just sort of there floating, and I love the art style that they have with that, and the color palette of this bright blue and this dark navy blue, and the silhouettes that they have there. It's a beautiful storyline, and I really just like that scene for the artwork itself and the relationship that he has with his wife, and it's very sincere and everything. Along with that as well, you get a whole outer workings of what may happen in potential future issues when it comes to Batman, and it seems in a way that Batman's world's crumbling around him, with Alfred not getting better, and like there are the ways that like they're trying to keep Alfred from like to continue being better and everything, and like really it's not working, and it's just sort of sad and everything. And I like that whole like idea of like Batman sort of suffering in this comic, and it's interesting to see that. Along with that as well, the opening shots, the opening sequence that they have within this comic is, I like that as well, because like I like a lot in this comic. What I like about it is it starts off as like a whole sort of monologue with like Jack talking, and everything. Then it sort of switches over to becoming a whole conversation about like social justice, and like how the impact of like the Jack actually going back from like this crazy Joker super criminal back into like a normal person. And I like the impact that it has on the society of Gotham itself. And like I like how they show like the news reporters talking about it and everything with like the footage, and like I like how they have that like overlay of that just to really describe everything, and like describe the societal impact that the Joker has. Overall, I think overall I really do like this issue. I like the relationship they have with like all these characters and everything, and how it's very different from the first issue, but they sort of, both the first and second issue can really connect with each other. One last thing, a couple last things I'll say is like the world in this issue was being built, and there's like a larger scope in this, and like the last scene where like Jack Napier and Harley Quinn are sort of like rallying up and being like, we need to destroy Batman in a political way and everything, and like he gathers all the villains in Gotham, like Two-Face and like the Crocodile and like everything. And I like that because like gathering them all together, like it's different now than when the Joker was there. And like overall I think I really like that, because it moves the plot forward as well, so you're not just getting because both comics in a way sort of take place in the same time period, but like this one will sort of be moving the story forward, maybe like a few weeks, or like a few weeks and stuff, like when I'm talking about time and everything. And but overall what I really like about it is like at the beginning of the comic itself, like there's just like Jack Napier talks about the idea of super criminals and everything, and how Gotham in a way just funds the super criminals, and like and really like they keep on funding it to no end, and like there's always a way for them to escape out of jail and everything, and I like that. When it comes to that, I like the whole contradiction at the end of the comic, where like although he's sort of trying to bash like Gotham's government and like everything, in a way he sort of ends up supporting the contradiction that he makes against supervillains in Gotham. And it's like the ending that he has where it's like, okay, let's take down Batman and everything. That whole contradiction is really well done, and like I like that because it's like in a story sense, it's like instead of coming full circle, he takes a 180 from where he was, and like instead of being like consistent and being like these criminals are bad, he ends up supporting the criminals like at the end of it, and I like that. And like I'm interested to see what this third issue will have. Either way, I really do like this comic. I think it was absolutely great. There was a lot of like I like how like intriguing the story was. The art style is phenomenal, and there's this really great color palette that they have between each like storyline and everything, and like and I like that because you get a really great idea of what's going on, and like a very big degree of separation and everything. And overall, I think the thing is though too, what they really bring to this comic is the idea of society and the impact that society has. So it's not just a Batman versus Robin issue, no, it's an issue that faces Batman and like their crew, and then like outer society itself of Gotham, and I really like that. And I think that's what really makes this story really interesting for me in this issue. That's what makes it phenomenal. And yeah, overall, I think Sean Murphy and Matt Hollingsworth, who are the two people that help with this, who've like made this comic, kill it. And like I think it's awesome. 10 out of 10. Just like the first issue, and I'm really excited to see what the third issue has to come. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jack Skinner. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit post notifications if that's something you're into. Besides that, down below I will leave some recommended videos that you may want to watch related to this comic and everything. Besides that, I want to hear some thoughts from you about what kind of like content you'd want to see on this channel, because like I feel like I like talking about comics, and I think that's something I really want to continue doing moving forward. And like if I'm gonna do movie reviews, I want to do the more superhero focused, so like Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Deadpool, those types of movies I definitely want to review and look into and break down a lot more, and look at maybe some comic influences there. But besides that, feel free to let me know what kind of content you want to like see on this channel and everything. I'd love to know your opinion, your thoughts, and yeah, thanks so much for watching this review on Batman White Knight issue number 2. Besides that, bye!